An inspection process checked parts produced for defectives. So what is that you are monitoring? Defectives, right? So what should be your option? Either P chart
P or
or
NP.
NP chart. Very good. The total number of parts produced
P chart.
varies every shift.
P chart. Very
Very
good.
good. That's all. You are able to narrow down P chart. The number of defectives were recorded for 24 shift and is the process in control. And data is available. You know it is P chart. So plot it. P chart means you can see the control limit, varying. You will see, you won't get a flat line for P chart. But NP chart, you will get a flat line. Now let us see one more example. A manufacturer of smartphone want to assess whether its process is statistical control. Sample of mobile were taken every hour for 3 shift. Every hour you take sample for 3 shift and tested to see whether they work. Defectives or mobiles that do not pass through the test is the process under control. And you take samples and it is assumed that the number of samples you take every hour is same. That means it is NP chart, isn't it?
Yes.
And see here, you have upper control limit and lower control limit. And now your center line is NP bar. Center line is NP bar and upper control limit and lower control limit. You can use the formulas and plot it. So P chart monitors the fraction of defectives. However, your NP chart monitors the number of defectives. And that's why since you multiply the P bar by the number of subgroup, you get the number of defectives. Of course, this may not be always a whole number, but it will tell you the number of defectives in every subgroup. Right. And one more example. A quality team of a cab company started an improvement project to try to reduce the number of incorrect invoices that is being issued to its customer. The number of incorrect invoices for every day is recorded. Is the process in control? Right. And see here, number of invoices. Will it be fluctuating or will it be same? A cab company, number of
May
invoices.
fluctuate.
Yeah, it will be fluctuating, right? Since the number of what do you say, the invoices are not constant, and you can understand the subgroup size is a variable. And then the incorrect invoice means if it is a defects, right? And so you can go for U chart. And on the other hand, a process excellence team in a bank inspects transaction. There are 7 opportunities for error in each transaction. 100 transactions are inspected every day and number of errors are recorded. And now again, you can use, just by reading the question, you can understand what is that your interest. You wanted to monitor the proportion of the defective or you wanted to monitor the number of defects, right? And here you are monitoring the number of defects, and at the same time, under transaction, the what you call the subgroup size is constant. When subgroup size is constant, then you can go for C chart. You will see a flat control limit, upper control limit, as well as lower control limit. In U chart, you are monitoring the average number of defects per sample unit. Because your subgroup size is varying, you are monitoring the number of defects, average number of defects each product has got. But here, what is the difference? The subgroup size is constant. If subgroup size is constant, you can monitor the number of defects in a subgroup or in a sample. Do you understand the difference between C and U? C subgroup size is fixed. C subgroup size is fixed.
Sir, I have one question, sir. Like, sir, can we say that for defective products, we have either P charts or NP charts?
Yes.
Like for P charts, the sample size will vary. For NP charts, the sample size will remain the same.
Perfect. You're right.
And for defects, we can have 2 charts. One is U chart, another is C chart.
Very good.
For U chart, the sample size will, vary, and for C chart, the sample size will remain the same.
Perfect.
Can we say that, sir?
Perfect. Perfect. See, if you always continuously take the same number of sample, it is good. You can monitor the number of defects because your sample size. See, for example, your sample size is 100. You continuously get 2 defects out of 100, right? And now, suppose one day you take 3 sample and you are getting 2 defects. Is it okay now? 2 out of 3. That is why when you change the subgroup size, when you change the sample size, you have to go to U chart, not C chart, because C chart will monitor the number of defects in your sample. You can prefer to do that only when sample size is constant. When sample size is not constant, you go for the U chart. What is U? The number of defects divided by number of samples. 2 divided by 3, right? So you can better understand once you plot one control chart each. So P chart must be used to monitor proportion of defective with variable subgroup size. When subgroup size is constant, NP chart must be used. And center line for P chart is P bar and then the formulas which you can go through. And C chart must be used to monitor defects per subgroup with the fixed subgroup size. And when subgroup size is not constant, U chart must be used. U chart will monitor defects in individual sample. Number on an average, what is the number of defects individual sample will have. So that's it from me on control chart. And if there are any questions,